What a f***ing prick. They really put this episode on the air, sat back and said, yeah.
You stole her!
This is okay. Guys, welcome back, and to any new viewers, you are very welcome. It is I, the Caped Informer, here to, well, I guess bring awareness to a show I enjoyed very much in my youth, and let's just say, I no longer wonder why I was so scarred as a child. Okay, I'm being a bit facetious, but true story. The show in question is the animated series Batman Beyond, and it was in fact a lot darker than I remembered. A lot darker than I'm sure a lot of you remembered as well. Like Batman The Dark Knight, I get it. I mean, I know a lot of us give the original Batman, the animated series, a lot of credit for being really brutal at times and just going there. But I'm here to tell you that I've grown up with both shows, and after rewatching some episodes of Batman Beyond, I can tell you it not only upped the ante, it probably shattered it. Okay, so for those not so privy to the series, allow me to provide some short context. However, first and foremost, give that subscribe button a high five for me so you never have to miss out on another one of my crazy and wild breakdowns. So Batman Beyond first aired back in 1999 and served as a continuation of both Batman the Animated Series and the new Batman Adventures. The series saw an aged Bruce Wayne train a new hero, high school student Terry McGinnis, to be the Batman of a futuristic Gotham City. A passing of the torch story, as some would call it, Terry serves as a modern-day Batman with a high-tech tactical batsuit with all the bells and whistles, with Bruce Wayne pretty much serving as his Alfred. Batman Beyond was able to stand out on its own by relying heavily on a lot of sci-fi and cyberpunk themes, and making Terry stand out as a whole character on its own from the titular Bruce Wayne. However, it also stood out by leaning on some darker concepts, specifically issues that could come from living in a technologically advanced society. The episode I want to discuss today is titled Earthmover, and is notoriously referred to as the darkest episode in the series. And for good reason. The episode begins with Terry being quizzed on his times tables by his girlfriend Dana. I'm sure that's something all high school couples could relate to. The two are hanging out at their friend Jackie's house, and shortly after she expresses her concerns about her being stalked by someone, Terry notices someone out of her window and goes after him. Total Alpha Chad move. The figure that Terry spotted outside of Jackie's house turned out to be a creature made up of entirely soil. Long story short, after a few more run-ins with similar creatures, and a bit of deep investigating by the world's best detective, Terry finds out the creatures are actually manifestations of Jackie's half-deceased biological father that was buried alive underground. Yeah, they went there. And that's no exaggeration. Apparently Jackie's stepfather, Bill, never trusted Bill, you guys. Anyways, 10 years prior, Bill, in starting his new company, illegally dumped a bunch of toxic waste in a sealed mine shaft, and he enlisted his friend Tony, Jackie's real father, for some help. While overseeing the lowering of the canisters, one of them gets snagged and Tony gets caved in. In absorbing the toxic waste underground, Tony gained the ability to manipulate the soil. Bill, believing Tony was long gone, took in Jackie to appease his guilt. However, it has appeared that Tony isn't dead. Well, technically not dead. His consciousness is still alive, at least. He has finally found his long-lost daughter and plans to take her back and enact his revenge against Bill.
Bill? Bill?
Yeah, Bill! Fuck you, Bill!
The episode doesn't actually get too morbid until, well, towards the end, where we're face to face with Jackie's father's decaying corpse morphed into the underground walls. Listen, I don't care what age you're watching this at, this is some twisted, like something straight out of a nightmare. If the glowing green eyes or the forced gravelly voice wasn't enough to send shivers down your spine, the part where he utters,
She stays and you die.
No!
should have definitely done it for you. It was actually hard to see him as the villain in all this. I mean, quite frankly, looking at this episode now from an adult lens, Terry was most certainly the villain in all this. Not only did he know the whole story of the betrayal between Bill and Tony, he ends up leaking the rest of the toxic waste barrels, ultimately killing Tony and rescuing the man responsible for him living out the last 10 years in damnation. Oh yeah, and how could I forget Terry's closing line to Jackie when they're escaping the underground cave where he just murdered her father.
He's not your father. Not really. He's a ghost.
What a f***ing prick. Oh, I guess it's true what they say.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Listen, I don't know. I just thought somebody else needed to be reminded of this heinously dark episode in this heinously dark show, man. Which, may I add, should have definitely not been made for kids. Now, a mature rated live action horror remake of Batman Beyond? That's something I could put my money behind. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And I'll be seeing you all, my former army, in the next one. Peace!